Hey guys, it's JW. Um, you know, I just got to the final leg of my job, which is the elementary school where I cross children, for those of you who don't listen to the videos normally. And, we're getting down to after today, we have 2.5 days left. And then it's off for the summer, which normally I'm extremely excited about. I like my summers off. I have my routines, my hiking, and just my workout routines change. I do everything outdoors. I go to my favorite spot, Plum Island, here in Massachusetts. It's a federal wildlife, and it's a great time. It's a great place to go. And, it's just a happy time of year for me. And then I got this wound. And according to medical people, they're looking at midsummer before it heals. So midsummer I factored in about half. Midsummer, about half the summer. So that's August 5th. So, I'll have maybe 3 weeks left of my not having to report to my job every day. So, I'm not complaining. I am healing way better than I was, and I expect to be able to get out and do, a pretty good portion of my workout, but I would rather do it without the pain aspect, because I'm glad to get it in when I get it in. Last couple of days I haven't been able to because of the latest surgery they did Wednesday. It was really a lot of pain coming from the area where they did the stitches. And then the other wound, I don't know if it had anything to do with the nerves that are connected to both areas, because it's in the same leg. But, that started acting up pretty good too. So, I just didn't trust myself being out there walking, because with the area where the stitches was, I would actually, my equilibrium was off. I was trying to favor the other leg, and I knew it wasn't a good move to be out. From a standpoint, no one needs to take a fall. You fall on hard surfaces and break bones, and having had 2 broken arms, I know that those are long healing processes too. So everything I do now, I think it's a sign of getting older too, obviously. But everything I do now, I factor in the injury aspect of it, and I'm extra careful. When you're young, you're carefree. You go out. I used to be a marathon runner back in the day, and you go out and I used to run between 80 and 100 miles a week, depending on what I was training for. And I was a competitive runner. I qualified for the Boston Marathon several times, and I was competitive in my own right. But in marathon running, you compete against yourself more than anyone else. I mean, unless you're world class, which I wasn't. But I was decent enough to be able to qualify for the Boston Marathon, and I loved going out, and I'd go out for a 20-mile run, and, I'd run at night. I'd run during the snow, the ice, and, I was in my, early 30s, and, life was good. You never worried about, I hope I don't fall. Now that I'm 78, 79 next month, it's like a big concern of mine that, especially after this latest wound thing, I just don't need to be sedentary anymore. When I get up in the morning, I want to go. I don't want to be changing bandages and, worrying if I should rest. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to some sense of normalcy. Will I ever be 100% what I was prior to this? Probably not. But I'm hoping for 80 to 90%, and if I can get back there, I'll be cool. I'll be good. And if you're dealing with anything, I'm sure you go through the same things I go through, and you know, we deal with them, right? We do what we can. I've been listening, I mentioned this in a previous video, I've been listening to a lot of motivational stuff lately. I really need it because, for me, being sedentary, being forced to be sedentary is a mental issue. It really, really grates on my mind and causes me anxiety, frankly. It causes me a great deal of anxiety if I think about it. So I try to get myself in a frame of mind that, number one, I don't want to be a victim ever. And number two, I always want to be a positive thinker and someone who, because I know that most things tend to fix themselves, and in most cases you'll get back to, like I say, close to normal. So, but sometimes your mind can play tricks on you, and it's important not to dwell on anything. Since this whole injury thing, you know, I've had symptoms of neuropathy, and for those of you who aren't familiar with neuropathy, you could just Google it. But the more I get down the rabbit holes of this neuropathy, you know, I think I have the classic symptoms, but you know, I keep on going down all these rabbit holes, and it's kind of weighed on my mind. It's kind of playing mind tricks with me, and I'm starting to feel like, this isn't the worst of it. It's going to get worse, and you know, according to what I've been reading, it's a chronic illness, and you know, it's not like it's going to cure itself anytime soon. And so, you know, again, we have to keep positive and focus on the positive. Focus on what you can control, and stop going down rabbit holes. And this is me mostly. I get down a lot of rabbit holes. I like to do research when I think I might have something, but you can get carried away. So my advice for today: stay motivated and don't get down the rabbit holes. Okay, folks, great talking to you as usual, and hope to see you soon.